get started. So, hello, ladies. Welcome. It is episode 19 of the Awaken Woman podcast. You are listening live. I'm also voice recording this for the podcast and I'm streaming live through Facebook. It is Claire. I am your confidence coach here at Inspired Lifestyles, and I'm here to help women and busy mums really regain their focus and confidence and work out what is really important to them in life so that they start piecing together the jigsaw that they really want rather than what they feel. So thank you for those that are coming along. If you are loving it so far, please remember to go and share, like, and subscribe to the podcast. It's really great to see you all. Today's episode is something that I learned, and I was just mentioning into my Facebook group. What and who are you really showing up for? Now, in a world of social media, we are driven by ego. So often we chase the red love hearts. We love the red love hearts. We love the comments. We want the yes girls. We want to see you look amazing. All of these comments that really love and feed our ego is really great. Makes us feel warm, makes us feel really inviting. But what it is, it's an artificial like. It's an artificial gratitude. And I want to share with you why. Over the last month, in this month being June, you will have noticed that I've been a little bit more quiet. You will notice there is not much posting coming through on Inspired Lifestyles. There hasn't been a podcast, I think, in 3 weeks. And there is a reason for this. I am an absolute perfectionist. I am also someone who's very definitive in their decision. So when I decide something, that's it, close the book, that's me done. I'm moving on to the next thing, tick it off the list and move on. Now, what often happens is I go so gung-ho of what I want to do. It's all about me. I'm so independent that I get excited, get there, and then I'm paralyzed by perfection. And I kind of don't know what to do. So over the last month, I'm not calling it a funk because I've learned so much and it's been a really great time, but it's a poignant time. I am in the middle of a really big professional shift. I'm in the middle of a really big personal shift, romantic relationship shift. There is a big shift coming on. Now, you are listening on the 22nd of June. It is also winter solstice here, summer solstice for my ladies and loves listening in the Northern Hemisphere. And we are heading into the shortest day of the year for us. So what does that mean? Well, spiritually wise, I am not sure. I am not an expert, but what I feel for me is that this is the turning point. And if I look historically through my timeline, 22nd of June, 19th of June has always been a time when I've started new jobs. I've resigned from a position I know I always start on the 22nd, 20th of June. 5 years ago, we began our signage business on the 16th of June. 4 years ago, today, on the 22nd of June, I've walked away from my corporate career. So it's something that is a very big personal shift for me. Always around this month, always around this time of year is something that I go through a personal shift. It's like my winter hibernation kicks in and I go into a bit of a quiet mode and I really assess all areas of my life and I wonder, who am I showing up for? Am I showing up for the likes and the follows and the Instagram and the TikTok and the Facebook and the comments? Or am I showing up for me in the legacy of who I want to be known for and what represents me? Now, as a confidence coach, I'm an introverted extrovert. I am not an extroverted confidence coach. I am not here to show you and tell you this is how you walk on stage. This is what you do in your life. I'm here to be the gentle voice that says, yeah, but why not? Why not you? Why can't you? Ask for help. It is not weakness. It is strength. That is the confidence coach that I am. And in the last few days, I have been in a very big shift where I am looking at my life in the middle. I'm in the middle and I'm a massive freak for visualization. I am a massive person that I learn visually. So I am in the middle. Thank you everyone that is jumping on, for everyone in the middle. And all I can see around me is what I want from my life. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Now, in the meditations I record for my clients, a lot of it is around switching the thought process of where you are now to where you want to be. How does that look? How does that feel? What can you sense? Engage your senses. What does that mean? And over the last few days, I've had an incredible opportunity come about that I'm ticking off a massive bucket list item with a woman that I deeply admire. I have had imagination go wild. I am sitting in this moment where anything that I really, really want is possible, that I am so truly adored, that I'm so truly loved, that people are on my side, that I've got my back. And then who am I showing up for? Am I showing up for social media and likes? Am I doing it because I have to? Or am I showing up because I want to? Now that has been something, who am I showing up for? Am I showing up because I have to for my client? Or am I showing up because I want to? Now, I have always been someone that has followed my word. So I will always follow through, and I'm very thorough in everything that I do. So it's very poignant and very important that I've shared with you the quietness I've had over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and why it is so important. I too do tend to get quite subdued and can lack a little focus sometimes, but that's not a bad thing. What I've noticed about me this time around is that the development in my mindset, in my professional development, is so strong this time that instead of sitting here thinking the old traits of I'm useless, I'm not good enough, the results aren't what I want them to be, yada, 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 and then sitting there thinking I'm an absolute failure, is now I can get to sit here. I think maybe it is all working out for me. I'm just needing to look at it from a different way. Maybe I am getting all that I want, and it's just looking a little different than what I thought it was. Maybe I'm going to be able to do what I want to do. It's just going to be different than other people have told me. Now, I have always been someone who's done things a little different. I've never followed the cookie cutter way. I have never been someone who jumps in and does something as well. Hello, beautiful girl. Sorry. Sit down on the right hand corner. There is a big puffy dog sitting there. She's just woken up from a nap. Sit down. What is important to me is that I show up for me and foremost. Now, I have been through sharing content for many years now, and it's come to me somewhat astoundingly that maybe I'm not producing the right content for my clients. And what I mean by that is I've been posting from a viewpoint, and I'm showing up thinking of what my clients want me to show up as. And it's interesting that I actually just need to show up as me in my chaoticness, with my big black dog nuzzling at my arm, trying to fight me and wrestle me. But what it is I just need to be me and share the stories of me, because I'm the expert. I know what it's like to be me. I know what it's like to uncover dark secrets and go down little rabbit holes and reinvent yourself constantly. I know what that's like because I'm me. And that's the message that I have to send. So who are you actually showing up for? And as busy mums, it gets really confusing and really fatiguing and exhausting. We have to show up as a wife. We have to show up as a mum. We have to show up as a worker. We have to show up as parents of dogs who want to hug you when she thinks she can't. Hold on a sec. And that's really exhausting. But what we must remember is that we have to show up for us first and foremost. Now, when we start to get into this personalized view and this priority view of us, that who are we showing up for is something that is so incredibly deep and beneficial to everyone around us. Similarly, like when we're in a bad mood and the bad mood seems to spread and your day gets worse and everyone around you is in a bad mood, what could you do with a great attitude? What could you do with a great moment? What could you do with a moment and an attitude that you get to choose? That is who you need to show up for. You do not need to show up with a fake facade and say everything's perfect because the little red love heart on Facebook and Instagram are telling you to. Okay, you don't need to do that. What I do want to show you is something that is really poignant in our time, is that you need to really start to focus on you, because the you that you want, the you that is beneficial, is so much more deeper than anything that you have ever known before. Showing up for you that is not driven by your ego, that is not getting chased the red love heart, is something that is just entirely amazing. You must start to show up from a viewpoint of, what am I getting out of this? In my most ultimate dream life, what do I get out of it? Is it worth fighting for? And who is the best person for this job? Now, you are always going to be the best person for you, your job, your circumstances, the handpicked solution. If you are not happy with where you are, if you are not happy with who you are being right now and the attitude today you have chosen, let me ask you this. What is it going to take, whether it's a toxic moment, whether it's a circumstance, a situation, a movement, what is going to change your thought process to say, yes, I can? Because the silver platter doesn't come along and save you, and the knight in shining armor just does not exist. You are your own knight in shining armor. You are your own silver platter that's diamond encrusted. Okay. Nothing is going to come and save you unless you are willing to do so. Your circumstances will not change unless you are willing to change them. You do not have to change them in 10 minutes. You do not have to do them in a 30-day challenge. You need to commit to a lifetime of change. This is what is important. Now I'm fighting my dog. Now, what is also really important is that you just start, and it can start feeling overwhelmed. You start feeling stressed. You start feeling, while you are feeling all of the feels, because the moment that you start feeling all of those feels, it becomes really apparent and much easier for you to see across the ravine and over the divide. You get to see across the bridge and go, okay, this is what I don't want to feel anymore. This is where I don't want to be. This is what I don't see in my life going forward in 50 years' time. Doesn't have to be done in 10 days, 14 days, or 30 days. It just has to be done, has to be started. Because the more gentler you are with yourself, the kinder you will be across the journey, because it's always something that is difficult to notice. Okay, really difficult. So who are you showing up for, and why are you showing up for them? Now, if you're sitting there and you're struggling and you have a business that is online and you are just struggling to make your own flavor in life because you're copying what other people do, I want you to sit back and reassess why you are doing what you are doing. You need to find your own authentic voice. You need to find your own authentic spiel on life, and be brave enough to step away from what everyone else is doing and say, I'm doing it this way because it what feels good. I could be like every other confidence coach out there. I could be exorbitant. I could be extravagant. I could be extroverted. That's not me. I'm the mum that is going to tell you that you have a dog that is going through your bin under the desk while you're recording a podcast. I'm going to tell you that it's okay to have a bench that looks a mess in the corner. I'm going to tell you that it's okay to have a shitty, sad day. You can still be confident. You can still be beautiful. You can still love yourself. You can still have the most amazing relationships. You can still be a best mum to your kids. You can still deliver tough love, and you can still learn something each and every day, all while being in one of the hardest moments of your life. Now, over the next few months, I'm going to deliver some really, really punchy masterclasses, and nothing more punchier than communication, which we are kicking off in July. Stay tuned for the details of that. That's coming. It's going to be $37 to join me for a few hours online, and we're going to talk about effective communication and how communicating what you want to those around you is going to absolutely change the game on what you receive in. So back to that. Okay, what are you representing out? So if you want all these things in your life, if you want to have the most amazing relationships, if you want to feel respected, if you want to feel loved, if you want to have the best relationships with your kids, who are you showing up for? How are you showing up for your relationships, your kids, your job? Are you showing up grumpy? Are you showing up in the best mindset? Are you showing up disrespectfully? Are you showing up rudely? If you're showing up like that, you can't ask for those things on the other side, and then you need to come on and jump into this masterclass. I'm going to share some details next week. So who are you showing up for? When over the weekend that's coming, I really want you to stop thinking that you need to take a photo of the perfectly brewed coffee. I want you to think that you don't have to take a photo and post it all over the scenery and let everyone know what you're doing. Who are you posting that for? Are you posting it for ego, or are you posting it because it's something you really love? That is the difference. Who are you showing up for? What are your kids going to want you to do? Sit there and take hours to take the perfect photo, or what have you missed in between? Okay, so a couple of weeks ago or last week, we were away on a family break for a week. We ran away for a week up to the north and had some brilliant time away in some sunshine. I was not on social media. You did not see a photo. I did not read a page of my book. Now, I didn't do it stubbornly. I didn't do it as an experiment. I had done it because I didn't want my kids to see me just being on my phone the whole time. And I really wanted to just absorb the energy, the sun, the moment with my kids. I wanted to watch the kids. I wanted to see them. And it was really interesting that we took some photos and we had a great time. But I didn't post any of them. And not because I didn't want you guys to see, not because I didn't want my followers to see. It's because I am so deeply grateful that this time in our life, we were able to go away for a week, take the kids out of school and run away. I know that that's not something that a lot of people can do right now. So am I being a relatable person by sharing my amazing trip for a week when there are so many women that feel deflated and are working really hard to simply put food on the table and keep a roof over their head? It wasn't just because of that was part of it, but it was also that I want to feel so deeply present. You know, I got to watch the kids, see them, spend time with them. We did trivia with the kids. I played in the pool with the kids. It wasn't that, oh, I didn't wash my hair today. It was just full on, yes. Do you want to eat Slurpees or drink a Slurpee at 11 o'clock in the morning? Sure, go for it. I was drinking pina colada at 10 a.m, I think. It was amazing. But because I was in the moment, I felt less pressure. I felt less pressure to show the world what I was doing because I didn't have to justify to anybody why we did it. I don't have to justify myself as a confidence coach for women. I don't have to justify myself as a mum. I don't have to justify myself as a wife. I just have to be me. And I'm very fortunate that the relationships and networks I built around me complement me because I've set boundaries, because I've said no, I've removed the pieces of the puzzles that don't fit, done the personal development work, I've broken up with being busy, I'm doing the confident woman. Taking the steps and doing what I love has helped me realize that while I am so deeply present and appreciating what I have, that is the better feeling than receiving all the likes and comments, which is difficult because sometimes we feel we are not being appreciated. Sometimes we feel we are not being loved. So we post on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and do all these things for the adulation and the love that we think we need, but we're looking for it in wrong areas. So my challenge to you over the weekend is to take the photos, take the videos, be silly, don't post them. Maybe on Sunday night, do a recap. This is what I did this weekend and see what happened. Don't tell anyone you're running away for a day and enjoying the sun or the freezing cold or whatever you're up to. Take the photos. Your business is not going to stop simply because you don't post online. How about you use that time as a break to mentally recharge and focus? Maybe you need a little bit of a break. That's what I learned. I'm going to go into this a little bit more over the next few weeks. And more so in our effective communication workshop, which I'm running very soon, is what are we missing? What are you not noticing by being on the phone? What are you being distracted by? What have you missed? What once in a lifetime moment did you miss? Could have been a laugh. Could have been a moment your kids were trying to drown each other in the pool and you thought it was funny. They didn't drown, they're fine, guys, relax. Okay. What did you not see? You were on your phone and you missed your kids being side by side. You're on your phone and you missed your kids doing forward flips in the trampolines. What are you missing? That's my challenge to you over the weekend. It's going to be difficult for some, but who are you showing up for? Make sure you're showing up for the people and the little people in your husband and your partner in your life and not the love hearts that Facebook and TikTok and Instagram give you. Because it's really important that you start becoming the most genuine, authentic person of you and stop doing what others are expecting you to do. That is not who you show up for. You show up for you. And that's important. So ladies, I hope that this has been incredible. I hope you have loved this transmission that is coming through. I hope that you feel heard and I hope that you feel comfortable in perhaps giving this little detox a go. Don't have to be off socials, but you don't also have to tell the world the whole thing. Okay, maybe keep things a little bit private. Maybe do a recap video. Okay, instead of posting 100 million stories. So ladies, I hope you've had a great session. Thank you for trusting and listening to me. I really look forward to delivering some more content to you in the coming month and letting you know of some amazing life-changing opportunities I'm working on right now. And I'm excited to delve into those feelings and really uncover what it means for Claire Burt going forward for the rest of 2023 and beyond. So much love to you all. I'm really, really excited to have you here, and I'll look forward to hearing you soon. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your girlfriends and let some more mums know what they got going on. I'll see you soon.